Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today was pretty good. I was just thinking, I feel like laughing, but there's just nothing funny to laugh at. Do you ever get like that? Well, I guess that made me laugh a little bit, but it's like, oh, I wish like something would just appear to make me laugh right now, you know? So, yeah, I need it. But anyway, yeah, I had part of a video made and then Doug yelled from the kitchen, so I had to stop it and go out there. So that kind of took a little bit of laughter out of me for a second. But yeah, so anyway. Mm. So I cleaned up the phone and starting over, stage two. So yeah, I don't know what I have on my mind. Well, in a sense, I'm these guys that write books. Now, not all of them. But there's these guys that just because they wrote a book and they'll say, you know, um and somebody else they did this research and that's the truth, and it's like I am so sick of people telling me what the truth is. You know what I mean by that? And then I don't know if this one guy even watches my videos, but he was you know, the as above so below, um the witchcraft that they're hoping to um go on to God, into God's area and overtake that, is by repeating the same thing that they're casting a spell with that, like that. So that really bothered me because I thought this dude was Christian. And so, but I was wondering about the bracelet he wore, one of them rubber ones. I'm not sure with the, well, yeah, I am. But anyway, I just was hoping for better. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. I could be mistaken, but I guess that's in God's hands now. Gotta put it there because it'd be like chasing after rainbows. Um that's what I'll probably name this, because that's what it feels like when you're trying to help somebody that's kind of like very intelligent. And I wouldn't even call them lost, I'd just call them in a different direction, a dangerous direction. So, yeah, that's for me, would be chasing after a rainbow. It's about the same significance. That's sad, but that happens a lot with people. It's all you can do is all you can do, you know. Yeah, I was talking about Water Bear had some guests on his show today. His friend Laz and his, I do believe, wife Ada. Charming. He had made Charles' staff. He called it a wand, so I'd be a little skeptical. And gave him some sandalwood and a blue crystal. I would be a little skeptical. Um, Depending on how I know these people and how powerful I am personally when people give me gifts. So, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying these people were charming, and to talk to as friends, I imagine he had a very nice day. I'd still be skeptical. So, yeah. Now, I had a friend make me a walking stick, and I couldn't find it. I think it fell back down in the living room behind a desk. Um, but I'll have to go check. Some kind of wood from down south. It wasn't manzanita, as far as I know. I got some of that on a potter's wheel. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'd have to ask him. But he was making them. A friend of mine was making them for a living, and yeah, it's pretty nice. It's beautiful. He oh, carved it, and then he sanded it down, and I think he put acrylic on it, so it's like just a beautiful cane, is what it is. So I don't need a cane, but oh yeah, I know where it is now. I have it outside actually. So yeah, I have to go get that. I did have it in an area in case I had to like beat off some wild animal off of my dog, or I've got her collar where it's loose, where it's like a release thing. If she really wants to get loose off, she's never really confined to just a rope. I just put her out there because she's little and taught her to stay on it. But if she wants to pull out of it, her collar is just like always loose for the coyote factor. So yeah, and yeah, so I keep something handy all the time in case I gotta go out and oh, it's like oh, what was it about? Might have been six this morning. There was that black cat out there again, and he was going towards one of my yard bunnies and over towards my chickens, and I'm like, get out of here. And I hate to do it. I know they got to eat too, but not in my yard. Go do it, whoever's cat you are. He's a beautiful cat, but no, I can't do it. But yeah, sneaky thing. So it's amazing I was awake. I got up. I usually stay up late and then get up a little later, but I toss and turn, and I should just get up. But I get pretty exhausted sometimes. I don't really sleep. It's like I just kind of lay there and toss and I do sleep, but it's hard. I don't know. Changing of weather too will make it harder for me to sleep, and you know. So yeah. Um, what else was on my mind? Oh yeah, just these guys that write books, and then they're like, yeah, I wrote this in a book, and you can go look at it, and it's true. Like they wrote it down. I know I've mentioned it before, but it's so important. I mean, it's like they're using their own books to impress us with their intelligence, and there are some that wrote books that I'm sure they're incredible books, but just it bothers me if I get that feeling about a person and I know they wrote books. It's like, oh man, how many people are they swaying until? But I guess if God's going to let them sway in any direction, He must want them out on a limb for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I guess that's the way that is. So yeah, I don't know. I was talking about making a breakfast when I was telling you about my broken toe, and now I'm thinking about frying some eggs for supper. And I don't have any store bought ones, which I prefer. I don't like eating chicklets eggs, but maybe God will grace me with the non sick feeling because some omega 3 would be good with the eggs tonight. So, yeah. But yeah, it bugs me. Any eggs really do, but I do have to have that protein. I can't have nuts. I can't have soy. I can barely eat sunflower seeds. So pumpkin seeds kinda. So my diet is limited what I can actually tolerate. So yeah, it's sickening. Like I love spinach. I like spinach omelets, and I can't have spinach. I can't have asparagus, and I love cabbage. I used to like to make like cabbage rolls and put them in the oven, and coleslaw, and corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. Oh, yum! Because then the next day I make Reuben sandwiches with rye bread, and I take some sauerkraut that I rinse really, really well, and the corned beef and Swiss. And sometimes I'll put like the Thousand Island dressing goes on it, but sometimes I won't. But Yeah, when I was in chef school, my passing grade for my meal that I made, my dinner or supper, rather, whichever part of the world or country you're in, my main meal was tomato bisque and Reuben sandwiches. And then the teachers would come in the cafeteria there for the chefs and buy our food. And the two teachers that I served them breakfast. I made French toast fingers and bacon, sausage, and eggs, scrambled eggs, and maple syrup or blueberry if they wanted, but they both took maple. And but they loved my Reuben. Yeah, and they are good. I make a really, really badass Reuben sandwich. So yeah, about I love. I only got it once last year, and the year before they were out of the brisket when I wanted to get one. So it's like, yeah, well, anyway, or corned beef hash with an egg on top. But I'm not supposed to have potatoes, but I do like that too. So yeah, but anyway, so I probably make a breakfast later unless Doug's gonna grab something else. And last night I couldn't fast. He had expended a bunch of my energy, so I grabbed some pizza rolls and put a lot of cayenne pepper on them and dunked them in a little bit of sour cream. So I was like, yeah, good enough. That's supper, you know. So yeah, I tried, but sometimes your energy level is like, so I had to grab something. Upsets will do that. That's why a lot of people, I believe, stress related weight. That happens a lot, and they try to do that to me. But see, they can't really change my body because not like that, because I've always been stressed. They're not giving me anything new, not telling me nothing. So yeah, so that doesn't, and like my sleep, they can't really throw my sleep off because I've really never slept well. So my body runs pretty strong even through the terrorism, you know. So that kind of freaks them out because they think they're actually going to do something to me and they can't. So God has protected me in a weird, weird way. So yeah. Say, Letty, if you watch this now, it's been a while since I've nursed, and I had a friend that had a diabetic attack. I forget what you call that too. So at one time, gave a girl some orange juice. I was going to college, and I gave her some orange juice. And but this time, it was a few years ago. Doug came in and told me that one of his customers was like freaking out. He's diabetic, and I gave him some eggnog, which has, of course, the eggs and sugar and milk and cream in it and a little bit of nutmeg. So I was going to ask you if that was the right thing to do. I'm thinking it probably was, and especially maybe getting the protein in there at the same time while raising his sugar level. But I don't know if you're an eggnog drinker, so I thought, I'll lay that one on her and see what she thinks of that. He seemed to be okay after he got it in him, so yeah, that was a good thing. I'm named my middle name Susan. I'm named after a lady that died. um, they didn't even tell me my namesake died, and I love Susie so much. That was heartbreaking. When she was a little girl, she had to have them shots all the time, and she had so many holes poked in her. Her mother used to have to chase her down into the bathroom and give her shots and stuff, and then they'd both be crying. And then when Susie got older, she'd be like swearing. And I mean, I don't blame her. I know it hurt. Well, then she got married, and she was like the most beautiful bride. I loved her. So when you love somebody, you just think they're cute. So her and Andy got married, beautiful wedding, and um, caviar, the whole 9 yards. It's like, ugh. No. But yeah, I was putting some caviar out and some somebody said how delicious, like the black and blah blah whatever, and I'm like, I'm not really big on it, and they looked at me weird, and I'm like, whatever. A gazillion baby fish eggs rolling around in my face all raw. No thanks. In a salted brine, it's like gross. But anyway, so it was a beautiful wedding. Well, she got pregnant, and it was either her or the baby. The doctor told Andy and Sue that if she carried the baby, she would die, and the baby might die too. So they had to get the baby aborted. And then she went blind, and then she went hard of hearing. But when she went blind, they give her one of them teletype things and stuff. And my adoptive mother would not tell me where my friend lived. I was going to go in and introduce her to my children because she was old enough when I was little. She used to hold me on her lap when I was a baby, and she loved me dearly. And so she didn't only hurt me, she hurt Susie too, because Susie's mom and my adopted mom were best friends or lovers or whatever they were. And she didn't want me interfering. Well, what she had said is it would probably hurt Susan too much to see my children. Like, well, she sees her sister's kids, doesn't she? Or is around them. And well, that's different. I go, why is that different? If anything, it'd be worse. So what I battle in my life isn't just whiny baby shit. These people, they didn't tell me when my dad died. Like, basically, um, the only time they've ever told me anything is if I was not expecting it and it would shock me or do something that would totally hurt me. That's how they do things like that. So yeah, it was about, I'm gonna say 6 months after Susan died. She called and told me about it. Oh, I fucking even call me. Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, I think of Susan a lot, but she was a clown. Very funny, great big smile. So, yeah, loved to dance, loved to party, I think, but I was too little to really understand if she was or not. But I think she was. But then she married an executive, and cause she was really cute, just a blue-eyed blonde, just cute. And I don't think they're any cuter than anybody else. It's just that I loved her. Yeah. One of my very best friends, Liz Cruz, and I cannot find her. I was in the home of the Good Shepherd with her, and we used to play our guitars together. And I lost track of her. Little dark-haired, dark-eyed girl, kind of like compassion, loyalty, quite a bit. And yeah, lost track of her. Can't find her. But anyway, and I think too, well, people kind of go through things and change, but not that much. I think people basically stay the same. I don't think you're just going to automatically be evil if you never really were, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird day, strange day, I guess is the way to say it. Like the weather, it doesn't seem like fall, it doesn't seem like summer, it's just like weird. Really cold at night, even for this time of year. So, yeah, I hope we snap out of that for a while. Oh, I kind of got the hiccups. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I did. I guess I just was getting on here to say hi and um, I don't know. I'll probably cut this one off if I think of something else to say. There were some like deeper things on my mind, but some of these guys have got me kind of PO. Oh. That's what I was going to ask you. What are your skies like? You know, you see all these colorful pictures of what the skies look like all over the world. What do the skies look like in your area? I mean, I know we have chemtrails, comtrails, pollution, all the rest of their baloney up in there. But are they like basically normal compared to what you usually see? This interests me because I don't know. Well, I know some people are scamming others, and but then on the other hand, there are sky phenomena that are pretty incredible. So, yeah, if you can let me know if your skies are normal, just right, yep, normal or something, or strange, or what's strange about it. If you can take time, I'd be really interested on different people's opinions from wherever you're around, what your skies look like. So, yeah. And even, you know, what channels you listen to if you feel like you've been scammed or you feel like something weird was said to you or something. I'd even like to know your opinion on other people's channels like that. I mean, not calling them out or being mean, but especially if they're trying to take your money, you know, or other people's money. You know what I mean? So it is important to me. I don't like liars. I don't like scam con artists, people playing games and acting out there to fool people. It's like, no, no, you got to be straightforward when you're dealing with other human beings, or you really are not part of the human population, you know. So it is important like that in that extreme. So, you know, well, I'll let you go for now. If I think of something, I'll be back. Peace, adios from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Love you all.